Okay, so coming to a comfortable Shavasana position with your arms apart, palms facing the ceiling or the sky, and leaving your legs, your feet to do what they do naturally, and just let the body sink on the ground. You can also be in a chair if you want to be in a chair for the session, that's okay too. And just let the body sink a moment. So this is the relaxing corpse pose, and there is absolutely nothing to do here. So just to let go, to surrender to the ground to hold you, and to surrender to gravity. So we'll just take a moment for a quick body scan. And as I name the different body parts, you can see whether there is any tension there. And if you do notice any tension, you can consciously try and relax it. So inhale and exhale. The feet, bring your attention to the feet, to the calves and the shins, the knees and the kneecaps, the thighs, the hips and buttocks, abdomen, chest, shoulders, the back, lower back, middle back, and upper back, and the arms, the fingers, the hands, the arms again, lower arms, upper arm, shoulders and shoulder blades again, and the neck, and the face, and anywhere that you notice tension, just try and relax it if you can. So now we're going to do a little bit of square breathing. So we're going to inhale, and then we're going to hold the breath for a couple of seconds, and then exhale, and then hold the breath out just for a couple of seconds, not too much. So inhale for a count of 2, hold the breath for 2, exhale for 2, and with the breath out, hold it for 2, and then inhale, and so on. So just carrying on, and you can also imagine, you can also visualize the form of a triangle. So we'll start, of a square, starting from the left-hand side, going up for the inhalation, and then drawing across, and then coming down for the third side of the square, and then the fourth side of the square with the breath held out. So inhale, hold the breath for a bit, exhale, hold the breath, just only momentarily, exhale, hold the breath, and come up again, inhale, hold, exhale, retain with the breath out, and carry on for a few more rounds on your own. You can also visualize the shape of that square. And slowly let go of the breath. And now bring your arms up and overhead behind you. So really bringing the head overhead and the arms, sorry, not the head, the arms overhead and behind you. Push the heels away from you. So that means the toes towards you, and give yourself a nice big stretch. And then slowly coming up, and we will start as we normally do, which is with the sound of Om and a little prayer to get us going. So for those who haven't done the prayer with me before, so what it says is, it it says, may we, that is the teacher and the student, be protected together. May we be nourished together. May we work with great energy. And may our practice be enlightening and give rise to no hostility. So that's what it says. So it's a nice intention to have at the beginning of this class, of the session, to prepare our mind mentally. So join me when you're ready. Sahana bhavatu sahano bhunaktu sahaviryam karvavahe tejasvinavaditamastu ma vidvishavahe. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. And slowly open your eyes when you're ready. So welcome everyone to today's class. As usual, so do whatever you can. If anything is a little bit too challenging, then don't do it. Or if you feel it's not right for you, then please don't do it. So unfortunately, I can't see you all, so I can't offer help individually today. But I just trust that you will know what to do. And also, I thought I'd just mention is on the YouTube channel, I put all the videos of this class and a few others that I do. Not too many, but just a few. And so you can use those to supplement your practice if you want to repeat a session during the week or something we've done before. So feel free to, and if you don't really know where it is or can't get access, then just contact me and I'll give you the link. Okay, so today the idea of the class is to focus on the 4 parts of the breath. So there are 4 parts as we've seen to the breath. So there is the inhalation, and then the little bit of the retention, the exhalation, and then a little bit of a space where there is no breath in the body. So we're just going to focus on this. And the reason this is important is it kind of focuses our mind. It's really it's a nice concentration practice to focus on the breath. But also it helps us to develop body awareness. So in the sense that we know what's happening to the body, we observe our body, and when we're in tune with our body, we can react to what the body is saying a lot better. So that might help us. For instance, if we know there is something that's not quite right, we pick up on it quite quickly. If we know how our breath is behaving, we know why that is, we can ask questions to ourselves why that is and try and address it. So now we're going to begin to go back into lying down. So come lying down again. So we will start lying down today. And then keep your feet flexed so that your legs are engaged, so you're not flopping. So a little bit of engaging the legs and the thighs. And then all we're going to do is we'll inhale, bring the right arm up and overhead. So noticing the breath, and then exhaling, bringing that arm down. So it's really very simple movement. And then we're going to do that the same with the left, sorry. Inhale the left arm up. Notice the point where you're holding for a second, and then exhaling, bringing the arm down, and then stay for a moment with the breath out. So we're going to do the same thing again, but this time when we lift the right arm up and overhead, we also push the the left leg away from us. So it's kind of a lateral movement. So let's do it together. So inhale, right arm up, overhead, and then hold the breath, and then pushing your left leg away. So feel that diagonal stretch. And then exhaling, bring the leg back and bring the arm down. Feel the breath there for a second with the breath out. So do that one more time or two more times in your own time. So the right arm up and overhead behind you, and then pushing with your heel, so almost digging onto your mat, pushing that left heel away. So feeling that the stretch in the abdomen, and then coming back down. And one last time. So inhale, right arm up and overhead, pushing the left heel away, the foot is flexed, and then exhaling, noticing the breath, the four parts of the breath, and then the breath out for a moment before it becomes another inhalation. So now breathing normally, and then we will do the same thing on the left side. So inhale when you're ready, left arm up and overhead, pushing the right heel away this time. Hold the breath for a second, and then exhaling, bringing the heel back and the arm back. When the arm touches the floor, stay here for a moment with the breath out, and then carry on. So left arm up and overhead, heel away. It's the right heel that's going away, and then coming back to the center, feeling the four parts of the breath. And then we'll go on one more with the left arm and the right leg. So, and now, so let go of that practice. And then we're going to go and do another practice with noticing the four parts of the breath. So inhale, bring the right knee to you, and then hold the knee with the right hands interlace, and then exhale there. Inhale, bring the head up towards the knee, hold, and then exhale, coming down. So we'll do that a few more times. So inhale the right knee in, hold the breath in, exhale, bring the head out, bring the head up, sorry, and then hold, and then coming back. So just do that a couple more times. So inhale, bring the knee to the chest on the knee, hold the breath in, breathe out, lift the head, hold the breath out, breathe in, lower the head, and hold the breath in, and breathe out, straighten the leg, hold the breath out. So now we do that with the left side. So breathe in, left knee to the chest, hand on the knee, hold the breath in, breathe out, lift the head, hold the breath out, breathe in, lower the head, hold the breath in, breathe out, straighten the leg, and hold the breath out. So one last time, breathe in, left knee to chest, hold the breath in, breathe out, lift the head up, hold the breath out, breathe in, lower the head, hold the breath in, and then breathing out, straighten the leg, and then just come and rest. And now we're just going to get ready for the bridge pose. So we have done this before, so it's using four parts of the breath with the bridge. So bending the knees with the feet on the floor, So for those who haven't done this with me before, you can watch or you can listen first, and then we will do it together. So we will inhale, lift the hips up a little bit, and then exhale, staying there. In the second breath, we'll inhale, bring the arms up and overhead, hold, exhale, we can go a little bit up, and then stay here with the breath out for a second. And then we'll inhale, we'll bring the arms up, we'll exhale, we'll bring the arms down and the hips down, and feel, stay here for a second with the breath out. So I'll talk you through now. So making sure that your knees are hip distance apart, and then making sure that you keep that distance between the knees. And you can choose how far you go up or not. So depending on how much you want to work or how hard you want to work, that's your call. So inhale, lift the hips up, both hips up, pressing on the feet, and then hold the breath for a second. Exhale, you can bring the hips up a little bit, only if you want to. Stay with the breath for a second, and then inhale, bring the both arms up and overhead, hold, and exhale, bring the arms up and down. So we'll do that again. Sorry, I think I messed that one up. Okay, so inhale, lift the arms, lift the hips up, the arms stay down. Hold. Exhale, lift a little bit more. And inhale, bring the arms up and overhead. Exhale, coming up a little bit more if you want. And then inhale, bring the arms up. And then exhale, coming down. So two more, and I'll talk you through one more. Inhale, press on the hips, coming up. Retain for a second, and then exhale, go up. Stay with the breath out for a second. Inhale, bring the arms up and overhead. Stay with the breath in. Exhale, coming up. Stay with the breath out. Inhale, the arms up. Stay with the breath in with the arms up. And then slowly breathing out, arms down and hips down. And stay here for a second. And then one last time. So inhale, hips up. Hold. Exhale, hips up a little bit more. And staying with the breath for a second. And then inhale. Arms up and overhead. Stay with the breath in. Exhale, coming up a little bit more. And then inhale, bring the arms up. Hold. Exhale, coming down. And when the arms and the hips are down, just feel the breath here. So we'll just stay here for a second. And feeling again, just noticing your breath. And focus on the point where the breath becomes, the in-breath becomes the out-breath. It's kind of like a loop. So you inhale, and then at some point it just starts becoming the out-breath. And then it becomes the in-breath again. So it's this loop, and there is a little bit of bit where there's no breath in between. So just visualizing that process of the breath. Okay. So now we'll move onto our side. So we'll come onto the side of the body. So you've got a few options here. So I will talk you through the options. So you've got the options of, so we're on our right side. So you can bring your right arm, you can rest your head on the right arm, and then bring the left hand in front like so. So you can be here if you like, or if you prefer, you can hold, you can come on your elbow and hold your head if you like. So I'll leave it to you to choose which version you like. And so what we will do here is we will just lift the top leg, so which will be the left leg, and we will flex that foot. So just a little bit, not too much. So it's a tiny movement in the hip here. And also you will see that it's a bit of a balance. So we want the hips stack one on each other. So the left hip is directly on top of the right hip. So we will just do that. And then we will lift a little bit higher, and then we will draw circles. And here, if you feel like you're going to the side like I am now, then you know that's not what you want to do. So then you know you've gone too high, and then you just want to come down again. So, okay, so let's do this. So whichever you feel like. So lift your right leg up, and then start drawing little circles with, so just little circles, and making sure you're not going to the side. So there's a tendency to go back. So making sure that you're propping yourself, there's a bit of balance there. And it's slightly harder than it looks. So, and if you've got bad hips, then it's a lot harder. And you want to, if you can, bring your left arm here for a little bit of balance, if you like. Okay, so, and then now change direction. So your circle, your perfectly circular circle. So make sure it's not jagged and it's nice, smooth circles. So we're going the other direction now, if you are not already. And then take a little rest. I feel like I need to take rest after these ones. And then we lift up a little bit and then down. Again, making sure that you're not going back. So if you're kind of doing this, then that's not where we want to work today. So if you think you're going too much, then that means you've lifted your leg too high. So just choose. So we're just lifting up and down. So this is a movement that the hip is not used to doing so much. We always walk forward or back, so we don't really make this movement very often, so it will probably hurt. So go slowly inhale and then exhale down. Okay, so now just relax. So if you have your head propped up, just lie on your arm. And then in this position, bring the left leg to the back, so behind you, and then bring your left arm up in the diagonal to where you were. So just feel like your body is becoming very long. Again here, making sure that you are not going to, you're not moving, you're still maintaining that balance, that integrity of the hips there. So just feeling that stretch. And then coming down, coming back here. And so now we're just going to try and lift both legs. So I sometimes call this the seal legs. So you can, if you want to prop you up again, you can, or you can just stay on the floor. So basically the idea is just to try and bring both legs up without putting too much weight on the left hand. So it's just, it might be possible, it might not be possible. So just see what you can do. So just have a little bit of fun. And again, making sure that you don't go back too much. So it might be that you go just up a tiny bit, and that's okay. It's absolutely fine. And then exhale down. Inhale up and exhale down. And the next time we come up, we're just going to breathe here and stay up with both legs. And slowly coming down. And now we're going to rest in the flapping fish pose. So we're just going to go on our tummy. So bending the left knee, and you are on your right cheek. And then you can stay here if you like, Or if you want, you can walk the right leg, sorry, so that it touches the left foot, if that feels good for you. And then you can bring the left elbow in the direction of the left foot. And then that means you need to probably just move the right hand so that you go a little bit at an angle. So you might feel quite a bit of a stretch on the right side. If you're not too sure what I've done there, then just come back to the center and just bending that left leg, and the right leg is outstretched. So it's just this resting pose, which we call the flapping fish. So you can just stay there, or if you like, as I said, you could bring the left elbow towards the left knee, and then turn your body a little bit. And then if you want to intensify that, you can walk your right leg to meet your left foot. So just resting in this position, feeling a nice stretch on your right hand side, maybe not, but that's okay. And then coming back to the center. So now we're going to do a little bit of a back bend in this position. So bringing your arms in cactus arms in front of you. So they are, your elbows and your arms are 90 degrees. The legs are a little bit apart, not too much. And then we'll just breathe there for a second. And then on the inhalation, we'll just lift everything, the arm, the legs, the face, but looking down onto your mat. So just lifting everything and then exhaling down. We'll do that a couple more times. So inhale, lifting everything, exhale down. One more time, inhale everything. And coming down. And then rest there for a second. And now we're going to turn and be on our left arm. So you can just turn and face the other side for you. I'm just going to turn this way so that you can still see me. So we're now going to repeat this, the whole sequence on the left, lying on the left side. So it would be the right hips that would be working this time. So you can choose your position. So you can either prop your head up, or you can outstretch your arm. And when you're doing that, so making sure that your hips are stacked one on top of the other. So it's a little bit challenging to make sure that they are, and it's a balancing pose. So you will find that you need to just see what works for you. Okay, so now we'll just lift the leg up a little bit, not too much, and then we're going to draw a little circle. So one direction. So you can breathe normally here, focusing on the breath, focusing on the edges of your circle, and then change direction. So one side might feel very differently to the other side. And if you need to take a rest, take a rest. Otherwise, we're going to go lifting the legs up, but then making sure that the hips are still stacked one on top of the other. So if your hips are going back, then that means your leg has gone up too far. So change. So keep the foot flexed. So you'd feel something in the hip, in the right hip. And it might feel a little bit uncomfortable. So if it's just a tiny bit uncomfortable, then that's okay. But if there's any pain, then please stop. So feeling, so the foot is engaged, and so you can feel it in the whole leg as well a little bit. And relax. So this time we take the top leg and put it behind us. And then we bring the top arm in front of us. So feeling that diagonal. So just feeling the stretch there. And again, if you think you've gone a bit too far forward, which I think I have, then just change it. And then coming back to the center. And then we can do the seal pose if you like, so which is both legs up, so you can choose your hand position for any of these. And then when you're ready, we'll lift both legs up. So not too much weight on the right hand. So you can just, it's just there for balance really, not for actually holding you. And come down. So we didn't do the bit where we just lift up and down. So lift up, inhale, and then exhale, coming down. Inhale up and exhale down. One more. Inhale up and exhale down. Inhale up and exhale down. And relax. So we go now into the flapping fish on this side. So I'll try and talk you through again. So going onto your stomach, a little bit on the side if you like, and then bending the right knee. So you can just stay here and resting your cheek onto your hand. So you can put one hand on top of the other and then just rest there. Or what you could do is you could walk the right elbow towards that foot. So then that means you need to probably change the top of the left hand position as well. And then you can just stay here. Or if you want a bigger stretch on your left side, then you can bring your left foot, your left leg, sorry, to meet the right foot. So breathing there. Again, bring your focus back to the breath. Breathing in, hold for a second, only a second, exhaling, and feel the breath out. Inhale, and exhale. So feeling the massage between the stomach and the floor as well. Feeling the stretch on the left side. And then we're going to go back into another back bend. So if we go, so we'll go into, this time we will separate the legs mat width, if you've got a mat, or just separate them a little bit. And then we're going to do the same thing, but this time with the legs quite apart. So arms in cactus with your forehead on the floor. So inhale, everything, head up, arms up, legs up, looking at the floor, and then exhale, coming down. So the head keeps looking on the floor all the time. So inhale, coming up, exhale, down. Inhale up and exhale down. And one last time, inhale. And now keep breathing normally and breathe and keep the position. And at any point, if you need to come down, do come down. If you feel like your legs have gone too far high, you need to bring them down a little bit, do so. So just adjust the pose so you can hold it for a bit. If you feel a bit of pinching in your lower back, then just bring the legs down, just adjust. And if you're happy in this pose, you can experiment with stretching your arms up, forward, and then bringing them down, back. So you can imagine you're swimming if you like. You can do a breast stroke there. If you feel like, imagine that you're swimming. So if you want, you can bring the legs as well, and just a little play. This is not yoga, this is just me missing the sea. Okay. And then slowly bring the head down. And then this time, make a pillow with your hands and relax your head on there. And then bring your big toes to touch and your feet to the side. So I'll just lift up so you can see, and then down. So just breathing in here. And again, bringing the attention to the breath. So feeling the point where you're breathing in, and the point where you're breathing out, and the point where you're retaining the breath in, and the point where you're retaining the breath out. So just keep resting. And feel the pauses between the breath. And also you can focus on the point where the breath is changing from the inhalation to the exhalation, focusing on the pauses between the breath. And now we're going to try and come up into standing for a few standing poses. So somehow get yourself up. So have a plan of how you're going to get up, elegantly or not, it doesn't matter. So effortlessly and elegantly coming to stand. So just trying to get there. And we'll just spend a bit of time here in standing and do a few standing poses. Okay. So we're going to do the chair pose. So here we're just going to feel the ground underneath us. So if you're outside, you can get on the grass. So it's nice to feel, for your feet to feel the grass sometimes. And so just feeling the feet on the mat, on the floor, or wherever you are. So I will just demonstrate this pose, and then I'll talk you through. So well, it's called the chair pose because you're imagining there is a chair behind you, and there isn't. So we'll bring the buttocks back, and so the legs are quite strong, and you can adjust how you want your feet, so hip distance. And then you ought to be able to see your toes. So, and we will start with the hands in prayer. So I'll talk you through getting into the pose now. So bring your legs hip distance. So to get your hip distance, bring your heel to the opposite arch, and then just pivot your foot. So that gives you your hip, the width of your hip here. So now for the chair pose, imagine like you are sitting, open the chest here, and we will bring the hands in prayer, and then we will just look in front of us. So we don't want too much weight in the toes, So we want the weight equally distributed, but mainly not the toes. So just feel there. So you will feel that, you will feel the work on the thighs here a little bit. So of course, come out of the pose whenever you need to. Or you could just not go down so much. You can just come down a little bit. So it's up to you. So the harder it is when you go down. So you can stay here. And then bringing the left hand on the right knee. So I've just put my right, the whole of my hand around my knees so that my left knee won't pop out. So just do that first. And then using an inhalation, lifting the right arm up, looking up. And then exhaling, coming down. And we'll now bring the right arm across, so like so. So the right hand will go across. And then making sure that the right knee doesn't pop out now. And then inhale the left arm up, looking in the direction of the ceiling. Or if this is too much for you, you can just bring the left hand onto the left hip. And you just don't need to go too much at all. Or if this is not for you, then just visualize the pose. And then coming out of the pose slowly. So if you need to give yourself a little bit of a shake, do that. Okay, so now the next pose is, we're just going to do a shoulder exercise, if you like, in this pose. So we're not going to do anything with the legs. We're just going to leave them as they are. So we bring the right arm underneath the left. So this is the left, this is the right, right underneath. And then if you can just hook your thumbs together. Or if you can try and bring your hands in like a prayer position, sort of. And so just where you are here. And then lift the elbows up so that they are in the same line as the shoulders. So you'll feel quite a strong stretch in the shoulder blades, so the shoulder area. So breathing in that position. So we call this the eagle arms. So just breathing. And if you've got tight shoulders, this is a good exercise to do as well. And of course, if this is too much, you can just bring one on top of the other, and if you can't touch, that's fine. So just breathing into it. And again, just make sure that your feet are firmly on the floor and not collapsing. The weight is equal. And then come out of the pose. So we're now going to do the same on the other side. So this time, bringing the left arm underneath and the right on top. So left down and then the right on top. So, or whichever way, but just change. So you can just keep here if that's where you are at today. Or if you can hook, you can hook. So you just hook here. Or if you can actually hold and do a sort of a reverse kind of prayer, you can do that there as well, a twisting prayer. And then when you can stay here, or you can bring the elbow in at the same height of the shoulder. So you can feel the stretch. It might feel quite different. So just breathing here for a few moments, just bringing focus to your feet, where they've gone, and whether you still equal, your weight is equally distributed. And then just check in with your face, with the other parts of your body. And then just ask yourself whether you need that tension there, or whether you can hold that position, this position without any tension, say in your face. If you've got too much tension in your face, that means you might have gone too much in the pose. Then you need to back out a little bit. There's no problem backing out a little bit sometimes. And then releasing. So if you need to just, whatever you need to do, just releasing the shoulders. Okay. So obviously this eagle arms, things you can do sitting down, or you can do, sitting down, you can do it as well. Okay, so now we're going to try and do the eagle pose with the leg position as well. So we will bring the right foot on top. So you can just bring the right foot here. And then we'll bring the right arm underneath. So if the leg position doesn't work for you, you can, you don't have to do it. So you can just stay where what we were doing before. So you can just bring it, so you're bend, you've got to bend in your left knee here a little bit, and then bring the right, bending the right knee and bringing the right foot up. So for those of you who can, you can bring the right foot around and wrap it along the on the left leg. So this is quite a strong balancing pose. So if you're not there today, that's fine. Just do what we did at the beginning. And then if you're here, you can bring your arm at the same level of your elbow again. So just give it a go and have a little play. And then slowly coming out of the pose. And then now we're going to change side. So you can do just the arms, or you can do just the leg, whatever you feel like. So you know the variations now. So you can bring the leg first. So you can just stay here. And then this time we bring the right arm underneath. And then we can hold the eagle arm. And then if you can just leave the leg here there, or you can do it without the leg. Or if you can wrap the foot, you can do that as well. So whatever you feel like, whatever your body allows you to do today. So the contraindication, if you've got artificial hips, then you don't really want to cross the midline too much. So then you leave the leg variation. So just enjoying the eagle pose in whatever way. So just embracing it, whatever shape it looks like. And then slowly coming out. And then we're just going to do a couple more standing poses. So we're going to go into the triangle pose. So separate your legs. And so 2 hip distance or 3 hip distance, depending on where you want to be today. That's absolutely fine. And then we're just keeping the hips square, facing forward. And then we're bringing the right arch, sorry, the right heel in line with the left arch. Okay, so, and then we're bringing both arms up to shoulder height. And then we're bringing the left arm up and then the right arm down. And then we're sliding with an exhalation, the right hand down. So make it so you can leave the left arm up like so, or you can bring it down, whatever feels like, or you can even bring it on the hip. So you choose position 1 on the hip, position 2 here, position 3 on top of your ear. And in this position, making sure that there's not too much weight on the right hand. The right hand is there because there's not much where else it can go. Maybe it can go there, but just not too much. So if you feel you've gone a bit too much here, which I think I have, then we just back out a little bit. So just staying here in the triangle pose. So the idea is to look up. So here, opening the chest and looking to the sky, to the ceiling. And then slowly coming back. And then coming back to the center. And then we're going to do the same thing to the other side. So if this is too much for you, you can just do a normal side bend, just this. So that's fine as well. That's absolutely fine. So now we do the opposite. So turning the left heel opposite to the right arch, and then keeping the hips square. So making sure that's the case. So you can adjust your leg position. And then we bring both arms up, inhale, and exhale. So we inhale the right arm, hold, and then exhale the left hand to the left thigh. And then inhale, and then with an exhalation, we start coming down. So remember, you can have your right hand on the right hip, or straight up, or you can bring it across, touching your right ear. But if you're doing your right ear, your upper body doesn't need to be curved like so. It needs to be open. So if you need to do that, so just correct this. So it's more important to have an openness in the upper body than how far down you go. So here again, the left, there's not much weight on the left hand. So it's just there because it is looking to the ceiling. So again, you don't have to go far at all. Just a little bit is fine. Just a little bit here, just a little bit of a stretch, whatever position works for you. And then coming back. And now we're going to do another version of the triangle pose. So bear with me with this one. So turn your left foot to begin with and outstretch. So you're kind of almost looking at your left feet, if you like. So bring both arms out. So both arms are on the same level. And then, so listen carefully. So now bring the right hand from behind to the outside of your left thigh, or anywhere you like. So you can bring the left hand on your left hip and just stay there. And for those of you who can, bring the right hand on the floor, and then you can leave the hand on the hip. So both legs are straight here, and a micro bend in the knees, and then lifting the left arm up. So wherever you are, so you don't have to go very far. So you can just stay here and feel. And if this is too much for you, you can just change. You can just do a little bit of a twist like so. Okay, so it's just turning a little bit, that's all. Just a little bit of a twist is what we want. And then coming out of the pose. And then we'll do the same thing on the other side. So this time turning the right foot. So you're facing the right foot. And both arms outstretch. So remember, the easy version is just to bring it, the left hand to the outside of the top of the right thigh and lift. So just that. Okay, so now bringing the left hand to the outside of the thigh or of the calf or on the floor, wherever you feel like, and opening the front body. So I'm really interested in the twist in the openness in the front body, and then lifting the arm up. And again, not too much weight on the left hand. So you can be wherever you like. So anything is acceptable. So just anything for your body that works today. Again, it's a bit of a balancing pose as well. So making sure that this is right for you. And then coming back. And then we're going to go down on the floor for relaxation. So we will come for our final relaxation, and then we will do we will do another exercise at the end after the relaxation. So you've done all the hard work now, and coming down on the floor and relaxing. So just going into the corpse pose, which is the Shavasana position with the legs apart, with the arms apart, a little bit of room between the arms and the armpits, and the palms facing up, and then trying to get as much as the back of your neck on the floor, really just whatever is comfortable. If you need any props, anything, do so. If you want to do this sitting, that's fine as well. And if you need to bend your knees, that's okay. So the idea is to remain still. But obviously, if you need to move, that's okay too. So just relaxing here. And so we're going to do a little bit of a small version of a relaxation practice. So spending a few moments adjusting and correcting the posture to ensure that you're comfortable and you will not move again for the duration of the practice. Take a few deep breaths into the abdomen, and as you exhale, let go. Let go of all the physical, mental, and emotional tension. Close your eyes if they're not already closed. Feel the contact between the body and the floor. Feel the contact between the body and the floor. Become aware of the plane of contact between the body and the floor. Feel the contact between the floor and the left heel, the right heel, the left leg, the right leg, the left buttock, the right buttock, the parts of the back, the left shoulder blade, the right shoulder blade, the left hand, the right hand, the left arm, the right arm, and the back of the head. So feel again the contact between the whole body and the floor. Feel the contact between the whole body and the floor. Now become aware of the body becoming very soft and heavy, sinking into the floor. Feel your right leg becoming heavy and soft and sinking into the floor. Repeat this feeling with the left leg. Feel the heaviness of the whole leg and feel it sinking into the floor. Feel the hips, pelvis, and buttocks, lower back, and abdomen becoming soft and heavy, sinking into the floor. Repeat this feeling of heaviness, softness, and sinking with the right arm and the left arm. Feel your shoulders and shoulder blades becoming soft and heavy and sinking into the floor. Feel your neck becoming soft and heavy, sinking into the floor. Feel your head becoming soft and sinking into the floor. Feel your face. Let go of expression. Become soft and heavy and sink into the floor. Feel your eyeballs and muscles around them become soft and heavy. sinking into the skull. Feel your jaw become soft and heavy and sink into the floor with your mouth staying gently closed. Lips completely relaxed. Feel your brain becoming soft and heavy, sinking into the floor. Finally, feel the whole body becoming soft and heavy, sinking into the floor. Tell yourself that even if you wanted to move and get up, you could not, as your muscles have become so soft and heavy, and feel the pull of gravity on your body holding you to the ground. There is nothing to do. Now become aware of the dark space and the blankness behind the closed eyes. Now imagine a lake, calm lake, very deep but clear. Imagine the sky is blue. And imagine the sun is shining. And you can feel the rays of the sun on your skin. The beautiful lake is surrounded by tall mountains. And near the mountains are pine trees. And you can smell the pine needles. A lovely fragrance permeating the air where you are. Feeling the air, the sun on your skin. Feeling, smelling the fragrance. And stay with that image of calm for a little bit. And let it take you wherever it takes. If any thoughts arise, let them go. But stay with that peaceful image of a lake, with the smell and the warmth for a few moments, and I'll stay silent. Feeling of diving deep into the lake. Feeling of diving deep into your inner being. Now bring your awareness back to the breath without changing the breath. Simply watch it inflow and outflow at the nostrils. When you breathe in, be aware that you're breathing in. And when you're breathing out, be aware that you're breathing out. When you're breathing in, imagine you're experiencing breath for the first time. As you inhale, feel the health-giving oxygen entering your body, nourishing every single cell. As you exhale, feel anything that you don't want leaving the body, letting all stress, tension flowing out. Inhale, health. Exhale, lethargy, illnesses. Inhale, all positive things. Let go of all negative things. So inhaling. And when you're exhaling, imagine all these negative things flowing out, evaporating outside your body with a smoky color, the color of like fumes. So inhale, health. And exhale everything that you don't need, fatigue, tension, emotions, negative emotions, seeing them for going out, evaporating. So visualizing health, positive things going in, and exhaling smoky color, letting everything that do not serve you go out. So stay with the breath awareness for a few more breaths. Feeling the natural flow of the breath. You can also experience just the in-breath becoming the out-breath. The out-breath becoming the in-breath. The uninterrupted cycle of life. Everything is perfect as it is. Everything is as it should be. And now, gently bringing a little bit of movements to the hands, to the feet, and taking your time, coming up. So coming to the side first. Really, there's no rush. If you need to just give yourself a nice big stretch and a big yawn, and then coming up into sitting. So we're going to do a little practice, not for very long. And so you can join in with me. And so if you want to sit on a chair, you can sit on a chair. And or if you want to sit on the floor, wherever is comfortable for you, but make sure you're comfortable. So I'll describe the practice. So it's just working a little bit with sound. And I'm going to work with the sound that says so hum. So hum means I am. So if you don't like the Sanskrit word so hum, you can just say I am, or you can just listen to the sound, whatever you like. So the reason I choose to use Sanskrit is because each Sanskrit syllable is designed in a way that it activates various parts of the body. And so I will talk you through the practice. So both palms are facing up, and then we'll just bring the right arm facing the sky and the left arm facing the ground, and you're just looking just in front, slightly forward, or so I will just demonstrate first. So relaxing the shoulders. So we will inhale, and then I'll chant so, and then when I do hum, I will just change my arm. So you can look at the top arm all the time. And so I will just do one practice. So I'll start with the left hand pointing down. It goes like so, so leaving time for the inhalation. So 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 join me when you like. So left arm pointing to the ground, right arm pointing to the sky. Inhale. So so inhale. So I am. So you can close your eyes now. So visualizing the hands. So so the hands are moving on the sound of So inhale. So so if you need to keep your eyes open, that's fine. Carry on. So 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 make this your last one, and then bring the hands in front of you and just take a moment here, feeling the effect of this practice on the body and on the mind. And we will just finish with the concluding prayers for those of you who've got it. So I'll chant it in Sanskrit first, and then we'll chant the English version as well, so you can join me or just repeat after me. So the Sanskrit, well, the English is exact translation of what I sing in the Sanskrit bit. Om Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu, Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu, Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu, Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinaha, Sarve Santu Niramaya, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kakshit Dukha Bhag Bhave. Auspiciousness be unto all, perfect peace be unto all, fullness be unto all, prosperity be unto all, happiness be unto all, perfect health be unto all. May all see good in everyone, may all be free from suffering. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May the entire universe be filled with peace and joy, love and light. So bringing your hands to the sternum, if they're not already, for the purity of our hearts. Bringing your hands to your mouth for the clarity of the speech. And bringing your hands to your forehead for your own clarity and the peace of mind. Thank you very much for joining me today. And in a second, I'll stop the recording, and you can chat to me if you like, if there's anything you want to ask, anything you want to do more of or less of.